Every hour you spend fighting GPT-4o's hallucinations is time you're losing to engineers using Claude 3.5 Sonnet and Cursor. You aren't just using a different tool. You are literally coding slower than your competition. I've spent the last 3 months stress testing these models on production-grade repositories, not synthetic benchmarks, not hello world prompts, real messy legacy code. Today, we're doing a head-to-head workflow stress test. We're pushing both models to their breaking point with complex refactoring and architectural shifts to see which one actually understands the logic and which one is just guessing. By the end of this video, you'll see exactly where GPT-4o fails, why Claude 3.5 Sonnet is the new gold standard for software engineering, and the exact Cursor AI configuration that is doubling my output. Let's dive in. You know the feeling. You prompt GPT-4o for a complex refactor. The code looks clean. It looks professional. You paste it into your IDE and everything breaks. Then begins the cycle. You paste the error back into the chat. GPT apologizes. My mistake, it says. Here is the corrected version. But the fix just introduces a new bug. Or worse, it deletes a critical function that was working perfectly 5 prompts ago. This is the LLM laziness trap. You stop architecting and start auditing. You spend more time fighting the AI than actually building your product. While you're stuck in this prompt war, your competitors have already shifted. They aren't just using a different chat box. They've integrated Claude 3.5 Sonnet directly into Cursor. They aren't just coding faster. They're shipping entire features, while you're still trying to figure out why your AI forgot how to handle your API's authentication logic. Let's be honest, you're not fighting a bug in your code. You're fighting a limitation in your tool. In a market moving this fast, that friction isn't just annoying. It's a death sentence for your development velocity. Let's be honest, GPT-4o is fantastic for emails. It's great for brainstorming. But for production-grade code, it's starting to feel lazy. We've all seen it. You ask for a complex refactor, and it gives you the skeleton and tells you to fill in the logic yourself. That's not an assistant. That's a middle manager. Enter Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Claude isn't just another LLM. For engineers, it's a paradigm shift. The reasoning is tighter. The code is more concise. And most importantly, it actually follows complex instructions without drifting. The secret weapon here is artifacts. Instead of an endless chat thread, Claude opens a dedicated side window. You can see your React components, your HTML, or your diagrams rendering in real time. You aren't just chatting with a bot, you're collaborating with a live IDE. But let's get technical. Why is it actually better for your workflow? First, the logic gap. In our stress tests, when we asked both models to handle a complex state management bug in a TypeScript project, GPT-4o hallucinated a library method that didn't exist. It looked correct. It felt correct. But it crashed on execution. Claude 3.5 didn't just find the bug. It explained the race condition causing it and provided the full, corrected implementation. No placeholders. No insert logic here. Just working code. Now, if you're a professional, you aren't copying and pasting from a browser. That's a waste of time. This is where the real power move happens, integrating Claude 3.5 Sonnet into Cursor. Cursor is a fork of V's code that allows you to swap the AI brain. When you plug Claude 3.5 into Cursor, the AI gains context of your entire folder structure. Try this, hit CMDK and tell it to refactor the authentication middleware to use JWT instead of sessions across the whole app. GPT-4o often loses the thread across multiple files. It forgets a variable name from file A when it's writing file B. Claude 3.5 maintains a massive, coherent context window. It understands the architecture, not just the snippet. You're no longer fighting the tool. You're directing it. Every single minute you spend debugging an AI's hallucination is a minute you aren't shipping features. gap between AI-assisted and AI-native coding is widening. And right now, Claude 3.5 is the gold standard. The results are clear. Claude 3.5 Sonnet didn't just beat GPT-4o, it embarrassed it. Fewer hallucinations, cleaner logic, zero lazy coding loops. But here is the real secret. Using Claude in a browser is a waste of time. You need Cursor. Cursor is an AI-native fork of V's code that lets you plug Claude 3.5 directly into your codebase. It doesn't just suggest lines, it understands your entire project architecture. I've left a link to Cursor and Anthropic in the description below. If you're still copy-pasting from a chat window, you're working in 2023. Upgrade your stack. If this workflow saves you 5 hours this week, hit the like button and subscribe. We're building the ultimate AI automation toolkit for engineers. See you in the next one.